5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch me. Level up, 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 level up.
Fun fact about Mr. Bean and Mrs. Barrett, they're not out to get you. They're here to help you learn and grow and learn more about healthy eating and healthy activity and how to be a better you, and they're here for you, not to go against you.
Mr. Bean and Mrs. Barrett are super helpful gym teachers, and if you have a problem or you have an issue, they're always there to help you, and don't be afraid to ask.
Mrs. Barrett is such an amazing and fun teacher. She keeps you motivated, and if you're struggling with anything, she will help you. As long as you show her respect, she will show you respect as well.
Barrett. Well, I can say for Mr. Bean that yeah, it may be intimidating coming up to the high school from the elementary school, but having Mr. Bean's pretty cool because he has he's like, you can joke around with him. He has a good attitude, always positive, and he's just an overall good teacher. He'll teach you a lot, and a lot of meaningful things, a lot of things that'll stick with you.
So Mrs. Barrett, if you're a girl, you'll get her, and probably the number one thing about her is that she is very motivated and wants you to be motivated as well to stay healthy, and
just leave it alone. Another thing is when she expects you to be ready, be ready. That goes for any teacher in the high school. It's respectful. It shows good character. It's just, you need to be on time. So you get a good amount of time to change. It's like actually more than you need. So you change, you go out and you do the activity, then you come back and you change again, and then you're permitted to leave at the bell. Another thing I would say about Mrs. Barrett is she, like all teachers, doesn't like when people talk when she's talking, which again, that's super respectful and a show of good character. So you want to be careful when she's talking, just to make sure you quiet down, or if you have a friend and they're trying to like get you off topic or talking while she's talking, make sure you let them know politely that she is talking and to be respectful.
So they really have your best interest at heart. They want you to do well and be healthy out of this. So if you put in the effort and if you try hard, then they're going to be happy, and so are you.
Mr. Bean and Mrs. Barrett are great instructors as long as you follow the rules that they give you and do everything as they say.
Mrs. Barrett is very nice, but she won't baby you. Just make sure to work hard and give it your best effort.
Miss Barrett and Mr. Bean are so kind, so don't stress out about gym. They plan activities that are so fun for you guys. So just enjoy your break from sitting at a desk all day.
Something helpful about your soon-to-be instructors is they love when you strive for greatness.
Mr. Bean. And just make sure that you pay attention when they're talking, because you might miss some helpful information, or you might miss an answer to a clicker's question.
Mrs. Barrett is a super nice teacher. She loves her job and is very positive and helpful, and she's there to encourage her students at all times.
Mr. Bean is very dedicated and very into his job, and I suggest you put forth 100% of your effort and stay on his good side, because
you're really going to like Mrs. Barrett and Mr. Bean because you're going to do a lot of fun activities with them.
I think it's very helpful to know that Coach Barrett is a great person to go to if you have any fitness questions. She'll help you keep on track with your fitness goals. She'll help you add more intensity to them.
Mrs. Barrett and Mr. Bean are really great gym teachers, and I think this because even if you're not the most athletic person in general or even in your class, they understand that, and if you're working your hardest and giving everything you have, they're going to give you your full points, even if you're not the most athletic in your class.
Mrs. Barrett, just participate in the activity. They'll be glad to give you points. They're not there to hurt you, they're there to help you. So
Mrs. Barrett is very understanding and very motivational. She tries to give you lessons that you can carry with you for the rest of your life.
Ooh, only way to sign is skid it. Ooh, hopping out the rave and skid it. Smashing on it, just skid it.
The biggest change for me was having to change between gym and other classes. But once you get used to using your combination lock, it isn't that hard.
The biggest difference from elementary gym class to junior high gym class is the changing of the clothes, but I honestly like it a lot better because I can put my full effort into it and not be like sweaty or gross after I can change into my regular clothes.
Phys ed in the junior and senior high level is so much more fun because you have a little bit more variety in what you do. I feel like in elementary school is kind of like the same thing a lot. You have a lot more variety.
The biggest difference between elementary school PE and high school PE is that the games are way more active and physically challenging. You definitely sweat a lot more.
The biggest change for me had to be getting into the schedule of having gym every other day. In comparison to only having it once a week, it's just something that you're going to have to get used to.
My biggest change was to remember to bring clean clothes for gym class and tennis shoes, and also just having the responsibility of your own locker and keeping the lock on it and remembering the combination.
The biggest change for me was the fact that we had to make up gym class, so it made us become more responsible because it affected our grade if we didn't make it up.
Mine was remembering to bring clothes every day to change into. Every other day, I guess. It kind of gets stressful, remembering and forgetting stuff. And having gym with older kids is also interesting because you get to talk to the older kids and the kids a year above you or a year below you if you're in 8th grade.
The biggest difference between elementary physical education and high school physical education would be that you have to remember to bring a change of clothes every single class that you have, and that you have to bring deodorant and perfume and things like that.
The difference between high school PE and elementary PE is that in the high school you usually don't have co-ed gym classes together.
I'd say the biggest difference or change for me was having to pay attention to what day it was, because at the high school it's either odd or even, and you only have gym on either odd or even days.
The biggest difference that I noticed coming from the elementary school to high school gym class is probably the structure. So in elementary, we do one game one day a week, and then the next week we do a different game. And in high school, you do units. You have different games for a longer period of time. And then... What was the biggest difference between elementary and high school gym? I would say having to change my clothes and having it every other day instead of just one time a week. Changing my clothes was definitely something that I had to get used to so I could remember to bring something to change into.
Is that in high school gym you have to change your clothes every day, so you have to remember to bring clothes every other day to school. And then another change that I thought was different was having to have gym with every grade rather than just your grade.
The biggest difference would have to be changing into gym clothes. It's not hard to get used to, and for me, I love not having to be sweaty for the remainder of my school day.
For me, the biggest change was in elementary school, I only had gym class on Fridays, but in high school, you have it every other day. And at first, that can be a little overwhelming, but you really get used to it, and it's actually awesome because you're getting more exercise and spending more time with classmates.
One of the biggest changes is going to be having to change clothes. And as you see, I took my scarf off. You're going to come into the gym, and first thing you're going to do is go to your locker. And we have these fancy combination locks. You probably see one right here. Those are going to be very useful if you don't want people stealing your stuff. We don't have that much of a problem up here with people stealing stuff, but just to be safe, you want to have a lock. If you don't remember that, I use my watch. If people don't have a watch, if people don't have a phone, write it in your planner. Mrs. Barrett's going to let you know how to do all that, but that's probably your best option is to write it in your planner. Anyway, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to change your clothes. There's different ways you can change in there's shower stalls that have curtains and stuff. There's bathrooms. Wherever you feel comfortable is where you can go and change.
elementary and junior high PE are still the same in a lot of ways. It is still gym class, and you do get to have a lot of fun while working out.
Just like in elementary, you're with kids all your age. Junior high PE is just 7th and 8th graders. There are a lot of similarities. Of course, your teachers are just as concerned about your well-being as down at the elementary. They're out looking out for your best interest. And we have some really fun games. And working together is always something that will be constant in your life.
Similarity from elementary to high school gym is you just have to show you are trying your hardest.
Some similarities between high school PE and elementary PE are that you still do really fun games and you're still with your friends and you get to have a lot of fun just getting physically active with one another.
The biggest similarity between elementary gym class and high school physical education is that you still get to have a lot of fun.
It is okay to have worries about coming up to the high school. I know I did, all the people I know did, we all did. Everybody does. But it's not as scary as you think it's going to be. It really isn't. It's really easy. You just gotta do your work, try your hardest, and you'll be fine.
It is 100% normal to have worries going into gym class. I was so scared. I thought that it was going to be like gym class in the movies where there's hardcore teachers and you have to do a lot of hard activities, but they're all pretty laid back. It's a lot of fun.
It is so normal to have worries whenever you're an incoming 7th grader. Coming to the high school seems like it's a really big, drastic change in your life, and it's really not. It's actually great because you're able to meet so many new people and you are able to be more independent. I was extremely worried about having gym class with people from other grade levels, and being with the boys made me nervous. But once you get there and you're doing it, you realize everyone's friendly. Everybody has went through the same thing as a 7th grader, and they want to welcome you and make you feel comfortable. There's nobody out there to get you or scare you, and you'll have a lot of fun.
I didn't know that junior and senior high had separate gym classes, so I thought that I would have gym classes with like sophomores, junior, seniors, like older kids. So once I got here and realized that it was only with 7th and 8th graders, it was comforting knowing that I would be with kids my age and a year older with me. But there's really nothing to worry about. I mean, it's gym class, it's fun, you have cool teachers, relax, they'll help you. It's nothing to worry about.
One concern I had coming up for the elementary school is definitely the changing. I used to change in the shower curtains, which you'll see in your locker room, but you don't have to do that, and eventually it's completely normal and you won't have to worry about it.
My biggest worry when coming up to gym was not having enough time to change, but you definitely have enough time. Mrs. Barrett gives you plenty of time to change.
When I was first starting PE as a 7th grader, I was worried about a lot of things. I was scared that I wouldn't have enough time to change my clothes and that I'd forget them at home. After a while, and after some getting used to it, it all ended up being okay.
I was really worried about having to compete with other people. I really wasn't as confident with myself as I am now, so just know that there's no competition, it's still all you, and that you'll be okay.
If you guys are ever worried about coming up to high school for gym or anything, I wouldn't be, because I thought that, and I thought everything was gonna be terrible and I was gonna fail, but it was fun. I got to play with a bunch of upperclassmen, and yeah, it's actually really fun to do.
One thing I was concerned about whenever I came into junior high PE was changing in front of everyone, which I'm sure a lot of people can worry about that. But honestly, no one really cares about what you look like. No one really judges. And after a while, you don't care, and you just change in front of everyone. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, there's changing rooms, bathrooms. You're always comfortable.
I remember being nervous when I was going into 7th grade, changing classes, changing into gym clothes, and being with upperclassmen, it seems very scary, but as soon as you meet Mrs. Barrett and you have that first gym class, all those thoughts just go away.
Some normal worries or concerns about high school gym would probably be changing or forgetting your clothes or shoes, but after a while it becomes routine, and changing in front of everyone else is really not that awkward after a while. The first year is kind of weird, but you get over it.
All the gym classes have an 8-minute bell. Whenever that 8-minute bell rings, that's normally when gym class is over with, and you have 8 minutes to get ready and get changed for whenever the bell rings to change classes. That's plenty of time to get changed, so don't stress about having to change super fast or being late to your next class if it's a very important class. You'll definitely have enough time to change and be ready and on time for your next class.
It's completely normal to have concerns. One of my concerns was who was I going to have class with. You're mixed in with other 7th and 8th graders because it's junior high instead of just the kids that you have homeroom with. But it allowed me to become better friends with some people that I had never even met before.
It's definitely okay to have some worries and concern about senior high gym class. It can be a little intimidating, but I promise you, if you change and participate and try your hardest, you will.
Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
One bit of advice that I would have wanted to know is that when you get into 7th grade, you will be still in a gym class with people that are older than you, and when you get into senior high, you'll be mixed with a bunch of different ages too. So it's not just in your grade.
One thing that I wish I was told about high school physical education is that you have gym every other day. It depends whether you have odd or even gym.
Coming into PE, I would have liked to have known that you don't need to be athletic to be able to have fun in this class. A lot of people enjoy it. The teachers are very enjoyable. We do a lot of fun activities.
Definitely doing it with older kids, because it's nerve-wracking at first because you want to impress the older kids. But you don't really have to work with it because everyone's really nice and normally a grade above you. So you don't really have to worry about that stuff.
One thing I believe is overlooked when you come from elementary to junior, senior high school gym class is that you do not have to be the best athlete to get your points. If you try, you will do great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My favorite thing about gym in either junior high or senior high would have to be just getting a break out of your day, going in there, having some fun, sometimes playing hockey or omnicom ball, going outside and doing archery. But it's honestly a good way to just let your brain have a break for 45 minutes and just have some fun.
My favorite thing about junior and senior high PE is the amount of diversity between each and every game/exercise that we do.
My favorite thing about gym between high school and elementary is that you get a lot more freedom and a lot more choices to do things.
My favorite experiences in gym class were probably playing nitro ball and learning to play spike ball.
My favorite experience when we went outside snowshoeing. I love when we learn about snowshoeing. I never did it before. Now I know how to do it and love it.
My favorite thing about phys ed is being able to release some stress during a very stressful school day and getting to play an enjoyable game with your friends.
At this point, my favorite experience in phys ed was whenever we did the roller skating unit. We spent about a week practicing basic skills and getting comfortable with it. And then after that, we were able to go into the gym, shut all the lights off, put all these cool disco lights in, turn the music up, and we got to skate around, and it felt like you were at the skating rink, and it was so much fun.
Two of my favorite things that we do in senior high gym is chook ball and kangaroo jumps.
I think my favorite thing about high school PE is that you get to do your favorite thing for longer. Instead of just once a week, you get to do it 5 times every other day. And it's really, really fun. I love it.
My favorite PE experience is learning how to play omnicom ball, because that is my favorite gym activity, and I can't wait for you guys to learn it too.
I just look forward to having gym class in my day because it's better than, being cooped up in a desk, and it's just fun to get around and play games with your friends.
CHS.
the kangoo jumps, which are kind of like shoes that have a little bit of a trampoline bounce, which for once I was scared at first, and they're actually quite fun.
My favorite thing about high school physical education is the fact that honestly many people are so competitive and you get to do a lot of different things like archery and rollerblading.
My favorite part about having gym at the high school would have to be that there's such a bigger variety of games that you get to play in different units. We have the weight room, there's archery, there's kickboxing, and all kinds of different fun things to try.
My favorite thing about high school PE is that instead of just staying in the gym all day and working inside, you get to go outside. For example, we get to go outside and play soccer, capture the flag, archery, and you just get to do a lot more different things that you wouldn't get the opportunity to do down in the elementary. And there's just a lot more activities that we do.
My favorite experience in gym class would have to be playing omnicom ball.
My favorite experience in PE so far is definitely every time we play Nitro Ball. This game is extremely competitive and rewarding at the same time.
One of my favorite experiences in gym has been chook ball. There's some differences versus the elementary version, but it is so much fun and I enjoy it a lot.
Some of my favorite things that happen in senior high gym class are fitness days, and also the games are very easy to learn.
I would say my favorite thing about my physical education class my senior year would have to be the fact how proactive and how fun the class can be. I mean, I come in here every single day ready to exercise and ready to get to work, and I make a game out of it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I have fun with my friends. I have fun with my teacher. I have fun with everybody I know. It's just a good experience.
My best advice for someone going into junior high PE would probably just to make sure you try your best in everything that you do, because you're not going to have fun in gym class if you don't just put forth all the effort.
My best advice would be to pack a spare pair of gym shoes in your locker, because there have been many times where I've gone to school wearing boots or sandals and I completely forgot it was a gym day and I got a point dogged for not having gym shoes.
The best advice that I could give is probably just go and participate, don't be scared. Also, wear deodorant before and after gym class. That's a big problem in junior high.
For gym class, and I thought I should inform you guys coming up some necessary things you're probably going to need. This is my biggest advice to you. These are some things that you could have, and this goes for guys and girls. My products obviously are for girls, but they go for both. I always have a hairbrush on me. All the time. Always want to look your best. That's the best thing to go through with high school. I also have these body cleansing towelettes. These work really nice if you're sweating outside. There's a rough side and a soft side. Really nice, gives you a nice cleanup, quick cleanup. Deodorant. This is a lifesaver. You're gonna want that. Also some body spray. I have multiple body sprays just because I don't want to smell like the same thing every single day. Oh, look at that. I have another deodorant too, because you're gonna need deodorant, I promise.
And then another thing, the best advice I have for incoming 6th graders for gym class is to come with a good attitude and be open-minded to try something that you've never done before.
My best advice for the 6th graders' success in junior high would be to try and enjoy every activity, even if it's not their favorite thing.
The best advice that I could give to you would be to just try your best. If you try your best, you'll do great.
So the best advice that I have for you guys is probably to bring extra socks and shirt and shorts, gym clothes, and keep your gym shoes in your locker. If you play sports or whatever, then you'll have your gym locker to keep your sports clothes in too. So I would just bring an extra pair of socks, maybe two extra pairs of shorts and 2 extra t-shirts, and some deodorant and perfume to keep in your locker at all times. That's what I always did. That way you never get docked points for not having your gym clothes with you, because you always have that backup pair in your locker.
Just, continue following the rules, listen to what Mr. Bean has to say, but you know what? Have fun. There's nothing hard about it. Just do what he says and have fun.
One thing that is often overlooked in PE and something that you really don't think about is wearing deodorant. And that's kind of a transition from elementary school to high school, but definitely bring some, put it in your locker.
My best advice for your success would be to listen to your teachers and work together with your classmates. You're there to learn skills that you can take into the real world about teamwork and keeping yourself healthier, and your teachers are there to help you, not come after you.
The best advice I could give is to work hard and have fun. Physical education is just like any other class. As long as you put work into it, you will have success.
So the best advice I would give to 6th graders is to make sure to write in your planner whether it's an odd or even day, so that way you can plan on what days you have gym and you can be ready to pack clothes for the day you have gym.
My best advice for success is to work hard on fitness days. They're tough because they work a lot of muscles. They work your heart, your arms, your abs, your legs, everything. And in the moment you don't want to do them, but they are what really helps boost your fitness test results from the beginning of the year to the end of the year.
My best advice to have success in junior high PE is to participate, dress for class, and have a good attitude.
The best way I believe to be successful in junior high physical education, coming from elementary, I would say pay attention to Mr. Bean's clickers assessments and be very proactive in his class. Don't just come into class with a bad attitude. Come in being prepared and willing to exercise and willing to be active.
My advice to succeed in gym is to make sure you always have your clothes, to always be on time, and make sure you participate.
My biggest advice to you to be successful in junior high PE is to have fun, but also don't forget that you are being graded, so give it your all during class time.
You're left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're a sunflower.
So throughout my high school gym class experience, I've learned a lot that I can take and use in my future beyond high school, such as ways to stay active at home or how to access things in the community to stay active.
I think that after PE in the high school and that after you graduate, you'll be able to make health-oriented goals and that you'll be able to accomplish them due to the activities and the things that we learn in class.
One thing that you're going to take into your future from gym class is the concept about taking care of yourself, because that's all you learn about. You learn that gym class isn't there to torture you, it's there to help you stay healthy and to benefit you into having a healthy future and to teach you how to take care of yourself in the future.
Something that you guys are going to take into your future lives would have to be all the different workouts that you learn. You don't have to go to a fancy gym or anything. You can do them all at home. Mr. Bean teaches you all these different workouts. Like, you can even do a workout with a milk jug. And you guys also learn like different self-defense moves. He taught us some of those a while back.
Well, we do a lot of things with regular household items, so I think that will help them to be healthy at home when they don't necessarily have gym equipment.
One thing that you can take from PE at CHS is the fact that there is always some kind of physical activity that is for you. So it doesn't always have to be hardcore running or something like that. It can be an easy sort of activity.
Thing you'll take into your adult life from high school gym would probably be like, you don't need a gym membership to stay active, and social skills.
In the recent years, they have been teaching us not only the physical education, but they've been teaching us little lessons like self-image and stuff like that. So you take stuff from gym class and put it in your everyday life, and that will eventually help you growing up and becoming like when you graduate high school.
One thing you guys will take into your future is all the activities that gym teaches you, because whenever we learn a unit, oftentimes they teach you how to do this at your home and do it with your friends, and that's really neat. And sometimes I even play games with my friends that I learned from gym class.
One of the best parts about the gym class that you'll really be able to take away from high school into your adult life is that a lot of the workouts that we use don't require that much equipment, so it's very easy to do them at home.
You will have the ability and knowledge to stay healthy throughout your entire life.
Throughout gym class, you learn different ways to take care of your body and your health, and you can use the information that is given to you and carry it into adulthood and use it in your everyday life.
In high school PE, there are a lot of units that are also very beneficial, but there are also ones that are very fun and that you can also have fun with your friends and you can dance, and there's even glow-in-the-dark units that we do, and all around it's just fun.
You guys are going to love gym class next year. It is filled with fun and exciting games that you get to play together with your friends, and you get to learn how to work together as a team to defeat the other team.
One really exciting thing about gym class as a high schooler is that you do play some really fun games where you get your heart rate up and you work and you have fun, but a lot of times the games get really competitive and that makes them a lot of fun.
PE is an amazing class. You're not only working with people who are in your grade, but you're with boys and girls from different grade levels, and that's awesome because you're able to work with new people, number one. And number two, you make friends with people you've never even met before or people you never even thought you'd have the chance to talk to or be friends with. You learn so much about yourself and others, and it's a great thing for your mental and physical health.
Junior high PE, or just PE in general in high school, is not as bad as everyone makes it out to be, because honestly, in my opinion, I look forward to going to gym class every day. I have so much fun. I just get to hang out with my friends and